Over the past 12 months, I have played 2,500 levels of Candy Crush, and I crushed all of those levels. I feel very proud of that achievement. But playing Candy Crush made me think about my business, and I decided to create this video, and it's called What Candy Crush Taught Me About Time Management. So many years ago, I started playing Candy Crush when it first came out. It was a huge craze. All my friends were playing it, so I started playing it as well, and I was absolutely loving it. Just like the voiceover says, it's delicious. I thought it was fantastic. And the reason I stopped playing is because something happened on my phone. My phone crashed. I had to do a factory reset, and I lost all of my progress on Candy Crush. So I could have downloaded it again, but it meant that I would have to start playing all of those levels from scratch. So I thought, forget it, I'm not doing that. It's already really addictive. I'm not touching it again. It turns out I didn't fully learn my lesson, because last year, 2021, for some reason I thought, I'm gonna check out Candy Crush again. I'm gonna download it onto my phone and see what it's like. So I started playing again, and very quickly I remembered how addictive this game was. So I was playing it day and night. I was playing it in my spare time. On my lunch break at work, I would start playing it then. When I was watching something on television, I'd have it on my lap and I'd be playing it. I was playing this game all the time, so much so that in the course of a year, I've discovered that I've done 2,500 levels of Candy Crush. So while it sounds really good to say I have completed 2,500 levels, to complete 2,500 levels of anything sounds impressive, but my big takeaway from all of that hard graft, all of those hours put in to complete all of these levels of Candy Crush, my big takeaway is this. I have wasted so much time over the past 12 months. I have wasted so much time playing this game, which hasn't massively enriched my life, other than the fact that it's a bit of fun, it's a little bit lighthearted, it's something to do to take my attention away from everything else that's going on. It's a bit of escapism. But I have completed 2,500 levels of a game that isn't going to help to progress my life or my career in any way, shape or form. The way that I connect that to my business and time management is, I think, how many hours have I spent playing this game? Because some of these levels would have taken me ages, hours, days sometimes to complete. Some of those levels I would have completed in 60 seconds. Some of them were really easy, some of them were more challenging. You know, if you play Candy Crush, sometimes it takes you ages to complete a level. Some levels are so easy, it's like, it's an absolute stroll in the park. But I started thinking, how many hours have I spent playing this game? I don't know, I never kept a tally. Let's make an absolute guesstimate. Let's say I've spent 100 hours playing Candy Crush over the past 12 months. I don't know, it could be less, could be more, I really don't know. But let's say 100 hours. What could I have done with that 100 hours if I'd invested that in my business? How much more work could I have done? How many more goals could I have achieved if I'd used that time playing Candy Crush on my business? Now, I'm using Candy Crush as an example of something that I've spent a lot of time on, but you take Candy Crush and you replace it with something that might be a vice for you, something that you spend a lot of time on. Maybe it's a form of social media like Instagram or TikTok or Facebook, whatever. Maybe it's Netflix or Amazon Prime and video on demand. What is that thing for you that you spent so many hours on that you literally lose track of time? Listen, I also really like YouTube, so I spend hours and hours watching YouTube. I think YouTube's great because I get a lot of self-help materials from there as well, but I also like to watch videos around football. And by the way, as my wife will attest to, football is also something that I spend lots and lots of time watching and enjoying and talking about. Now, this isn't to say that you shouldn't have hobbies or things that you enjoy as a form of escapism, because I believe that stuff is really important. But I'm just thinking about me, how much could I have invested that time in things that are more productive? I don't think 2,500 levels of Candy Crush is the most productive use of my time. I think as a filmmaker, there are other things I could be doing. I could be working on scripts. I love writing stories. I could be working on new ideas. I could use that time to work on my website. I could use that time to build client lists. I could use that time to develop networks. I could use that time to teach myself new skills related to film. I could invest that time so much more wisely than just staring at my smartphone. So what I'm saying is, I don't think there's anything wrong with playing games on your smartphone or spending time on social media apps if for you they're a form of escapism and a way to enjoy yourself. I think that is all good, but I do think it's worth considering how much time you spend on those things. And it's also worth considering, could that time be used better elsewhere? Could that time be used on improving your skills for your business and building what you do so that can help to further your career? And more importantly, could that time be spent with people that matter, i.e. your family, your friends, your loved ones? Could you invest that time with them? I know that I am guilty of spending time with my wife, and sometimes I'll have my phone out and I'll be staring at something like Candy Crush or YouTube or something else, or reading an article. Could that time be better used with the phone being put to one side and me concentrating on her, concentrating on my daughter? Could I use that time better? Of course I could. And have a think, is there anything like that for you where it takes up a lot of time in your life, time that you don't realize? Listen, I've been playing Candy Crush for a year, and then I just realized 2,500 levels. That is a lot of levels. That is a lot of time spent, time that I didn't realize. Is there anything like that where sometimes you just need to look and see where you are and think, hang on a minute, I have watched this many hours of Netflix, I've spent this many hours on YouTube, I have spent this much time on Facebook. Could you use that time better elsewhere? Last point I'll make is a point about YouTube. Try not to spend too much time on YouTube unless you're watching helpful videos, like the videos you'll find on Marcus Lee TV, aka this channel. So can I say thanks for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, can I encourage you to give it a like? And if you like videos of this nature, self-help videos, especially if you're someone who is self-employed or thinking about going into business or works for yourself or is just thinking about how to make your life better, I'm just trying to do some nice stuff, guys. I'm trying to put out some good vibes. Please consider subscribing to this YouTube channel. Hit the subscribe button and I would really appreciate your support. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next video and I'll see you again soon. So take care of yourselves and each other. And thanks for watching.